Hello everyone, JoRaSe here. Time for our February update, I believe. And I'm pretty sure about that because January has finished and we're meeting here once again. Welcome to the monthly update video for February 2019. In this update, we'll cover some background stuff I've been working on this past month. And that'll be followed by a look at what's to come this month as far as video uploads go. Lastly, we'll have some update extras and another comic to look at. So let's get into it. First off, the background stuff. So this past month, I have been working to try to find a better way to get 3D prints produced on a bigger scale. There are some prints I want to be able to sell, but if I just sell the 3D print, then I'm kind of limited as to how much stock I can produce at any one time. That's why I've gone to using rubber molds and liquid plastic. These have, the first test run was for the Mystery Mini cage and box. The cage turned out very well, the box not so much. And I'll show you what I mean. Here is the cast in plastic of the cage. This one needs to be cleaned up. And then the actual box, well, here's the cleaned up portion. And then the one needing to be cleaned up in comparison. So there's that. But the actual box itself, which I'm still going to be 3D printing for all of them, you can see just how narrow those, or thin those edges are. And that is what's causing the problem with trying to cast these in plastic. The mold is just too close together for it to be able to pull out properly. So that is that, and again, the cages, no problem for those. And the beautiful thing about this is it means I don't have to have the 3D printer running and making noise while I'm wanting to get YouTube content made. So that's a added benefit as well with all this. Alright, with that, let's go on to what's happening in February for JoRaSe Plays. And this month we're going to be seeing the conclusion of the little sped up section for fall and the start of winter. With winter we'll be able to get into Misty Bloom and deal with everything therein. And this includes the battle with the boss of Misty Bloom. And let me just say, it is quite hectic, and you will know what I'm talking about when you see the battle. At that point in the game, having bested Misty Bloom, things are going to be able to move by a bit quicker. And having better equipment will be key to this. Following Misty Bloom, we'll be starting up operations in Casimir Ruins, and that'll be pretty much it for February's JoRaSe Plays videos. moving on to the JoRaSeDev video for February. We're going to be continuing work on the Simple Game project. The first step for this month will be having each tablet produced by the removal of the previous one. Following that, we're going to do some work on the camera to make it a little bit better for our future needs. And I'm not going to give away too much detail on what we're doing right now. You'll just have to watch the video. Lastly, we're going to add in some descriptive notes for everything so we can just have a clearer read through of our script file. Makes things easier. And that brings us to the February 3D JoRaSe video, and we're continuing to work on the Paper Nano Himeji Castle model, getting closer to completing it. Yay! Thankfully I was able to separate the previous parts that should not have been glued together. So things fit together a little bit better now. Not 100%, but definitely better. So just a very little bit left to put together. I'm tentatively saying we'll be done in March, but that's pending no more mistakes happen. And I am very much hoping that we will get this done by March. So we'll just have to see. And that brings us to the possibility of an unboxing video. Of course, like I said before, we will not have one this month, but I do have everything together for one for next month. And I know I'm looking forward to having that video go up. I hope you are as well. And while we don't have a February 2019 unboxing video, we do have some update extras and a visit to the Comics Corner. So let's go ahead and head over to that. All right, let's get on to some update extras. Got another Stack'ems. I was not impressed with the last one. And I've got one of these little mini figures with the stands. So we'll need a way to get into these. So I'll just use my unboxing knife. Let's get this dealt with first, I believe would be a good idea. That should do. There we go, and now to get what's inside out. It's a Pinkie Pie, and it is just as nasty feeling as the other one. It's made out of a gel-like material. So that's rather disappointment, but oh well. We will move on to the next item here, which should not be a disappointment. Get it open first. Let's see what we've got here. Well, thought it would not be a disappointment, but it is, because we already have one of these with the exact same burnt horn incident. Oh well. It is what it is. Get the stand put together. And get her mounted on the stand. Yeah. Really does not like going in there all the way, but there. And that's that for update extras. See you all next time. And here's the first variant of issue 7 for Sonic the Hedgehog. Like the layout, and you can notice the Sonic at the top is foil. Also like the way the buttons are laid out like they would be on a controller. Thought that was pretty neat. So that's the first variant. And we can notice the line of attack Sonic is making. Not getting shot by any of those cannons. Let's take a look at the other variant. Where he is riding on the tornado up to that giant egg carrier. Again, the Sonic letters are foil. And even got Tails in there piloting the tornado. And again, I just like the look of it. It's really nicely laid out. It's almost like it's a whale breaching the water there. And here to kind of help show what I'm talking about when I say it's foil. There we go. Get some flashlight on it. You can actually see the rainbow effect. And same for the other one there. And now to the one that we'll actually be looking at. Looks like Eggman's hand's about to come down on our two freedom fighter heroes there. Sonic and Tails. And he's got a sparkle in his eye by the look of it. Eggman does. All the little faces in there, in the shadows. So, shall we open it up and take a look? I say we should. Let me just put this to the side, and these as well. Get this positioned properly. That should do it. All right. So we've got a little recap here of what happened last time. And we've apparently got two Eggmans here, don't we? Here's our roll call. And there we are, about to get on board this egg carrier. And Sonic, of course, enters with style as always. Dropping in. And there's Eggman, but is it really Eggman? And the answer to that is no. It's Metal Sonic. But it would seem Metal Sonic doesn't really know where his master is. And he feels that Sonic does, so he's going to beat the information out of him. Sonic is able to get away. But not with the information that they were needing. Oh well. So this sets things up for the next one. And back at base. Find out that everyone's going to be teaming up to get more information. Meanwhile, Metal Sonic is on his way to Angel Island. And here's the extras bit at the end of the comic. And there we have it. And this brings us to the concluding thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the extras and a look at the Sonic the Hedgehog comics. A quick note for supporters on Patreon, your February Mystery Minis, I should say, are ready for shipping, and you'll be receiving a notice as soon as they do by email. January 2019 went very well for everything on this end, and I've got a feeling that February is going to be no different. Hope the same for all of you out there watching, and I hope you all have a great month. Alright everyone, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, feel free to give me a like and maybe subscribe. And if you want to go a little bit further and you want to see your name in lights in the credits here, feel free to go to my Patreon and contribute. Till next time everyone.